Okay guys, so I'm just going to go ahead and make videos for 17 on, just to make sure we're all in the right boat. And I actually wrote this down wrong. Okay, so number 17 is 3 square root 5 plus 6 square root 5. Because these are both square root 5s, all we need to do is take the 3 and add the 6. Square root 5 is going to stay the same. So 3 plus 6 is 9 square root 5. Okay, same thing with our next one. We have, technically in front of the square root is a 1. So 1 square root 7 minus 6 square root 7. Again, the square root 7s are the same. So I could go 1 minus 6 square root 7. 1 minus 6 is negative 5 square root 7. Okay, so those two shouldn't have been too bad. When we get to 21 on, they get a little bit more difficult. So right now I have 4 square root 5 minus 5 square root 20. 5 and 20 are not the same square roots, so we can't just subtract this. I have to take this 20 and see if it breaks down. Well, I know 20 is 5 times 4, and 4 is 2 times 2. So there's my pair. So I have 4 square root 5 minus 5, pair of 2, so a 2 comes out, and I'm left with the 5. So then I have 4 square root 5, negative 5 times 2 is negative 10 square root 5. So I have 4 minus 10 square root 5. I can now put this 4 minus 10 together because they're both square root 5s. So 4 minus 10 is negative 6 square root 5. Okay. 23 is the same idea as 21, except instead of doing it with 2, we have 3. Okay, so I'm just going to start right here. 8 is 4 times 2, and 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. Here's my pair of 2. One pair of 2's come, okay, so one pair of 2, a 2 comes out with a 2 left. Plus, okay, 12 is 4 times 3, 2 times 2. Again, there's that pair of 2's. So I'd get 2 square root, and what's left is 3 plus, okay, 18. Well, 18 is 9 times 2, and 9 is 3 times 3. So in this case, I have a pair of 3's with a 2 left over. So I have 3 square root 2. Okay, looking at this, I have 2 square root 2 and 3 square root 2. These two are similar terms because they're both square root 2. This one is not because of this square root 3. So I could take 2 plus 3 square root 2 plus 2 square root 3. Okay, right here I could do 5 square root 2 plus 2 square root 3. I can't do anything else with that because these two are not like terms. So it's like trying to add an x and a y. You can't do it. Okay? So on 23, you actually end up with one answer, but 2 different square roots being added together. Okay? On number 25, my 25. Okay? I have 9 square root 2 times 4 square root 6. So I have 9 times 4, so the outsides get multiplied, and then I have 2 times 6, the insides get multiplied. So 9 times 4 is 36. And then instead of multiplying these together, 2 times 6, I'm going to break this down. This is 2 times 3 because there are my pairs. So I have 36, a pair of 2's, meaning a 2 comes out with a 3 left over. So 36 times 2. So if we double 36, that would be 72 square root 3. Okay. Then if we look at 53, 53 is kind of nice again, because these are both square root 5. They're small as they go, and they're the same. So what do we do when they're the same? We add the numbers in front. So 7 plus 4 square root 5. 7 plus 4 is 11 square root 5. Oops. Okay. And then our last one on 55. Sorry, I dropped some papers. On 55, we are going to multiply. But if you notice, order of operations says we start with our parentheses. Can I add these together? Well, let's see. This is 1 square root 2 plus 4 square root 2. They're both square root 2's. So I have square root 5 times 1 plus 4 square root 2. So I have square root 5 times 5 square root 2. So then this is like 1 on the outside, so this is 1 times 5 square root 5 times 2. So that's 5 square root 10. Okay, we left it square root 10 because 5 and 2 are broken down as small as they go. So we're not going to find any pairs in there, so we just stick them back together. So our answer is 5 square root 10. I don't know if I got all of the problems, but if there's any that we need to do, let me know and we'll do them. Okay, bye.